Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Very excited to do this particular episode today. It's gonna be an initial impression because I just received the bottle yesterday. I've been waiting for a very long time, and this is gonna be the initial impression on Armani's latest release, "Stronger with You" Oud. So when I say latest release, always understand one thing. Perhaps it was not released yesterday. Okay, in Bangladesh, it takes time to get it over here. Like the fragrances take a little bit time. Sometimes we get a little bit early than others, but most of the time it will take some time. So I actually tested the whole of yesterday, and I will tell you, I'm wearing this shirt I was wearing from yesterday. If you are in my group, Fragcomm Bangladesh, I actually posted. This was my scent of the sort of afternoon or noon. I was meeting up one of my best friends and admin in my group, Aditya Bhai. So I'll tell a little bit story. It's gonna be a bit of vlogging style. So I'll do initial impression on this fragrance and longevity. I can also comment because this shirt, this is where I was wearing it. Like, yeah, quite good amount, hefty amount of sprays, but it's still there. So I was wearing this first of all. Let me just talk about just a little bit story. Then I'll come back. It's now around 3:30 a.m. in the morning. I was wearing this fragrance yesterday around 5 p.m. So you can say almost 10 hours, I think more or less 10 hours. So this fragrance, it's still on my shirt, very prominent. So as you can tell, the perfume is going to be kind of beastly, but this line I have a little bit of attachment towards. Since the beginning, I've been buying every single fragrance from this line. Stronger with You, Intensely, Absolutely, Freeze, and then I had leather, and then this is my sixth one. It's gonna be like the oud one. So there's a new release, I understand, in between. I did not get to try that. It did not reach Bangladesh yet, but big props to Fragrantica Bangladesh Page. They have. It sounds funny to some of you, like Fragrantica is that particular website where you go check for notes, but Fragrantica Bangladesh is a shop or online seller who bring fragrances, Middle Eastern, designer niche. So I bought quite a few fragrances, and then they send me over also a few fragrances. I give big props to Fragrantica Bangladesh. That's where I bought this from as a test unit. I don't have a full box. I have a white box. I don't want to show that. And I got it for a very decent price, around $100 something. But as far as I understand, this fragrance goes for somewhere between $120 to $150. So I don't want to say with confidence how much it's going to be full retail, but full retail is going to be very expensive because this is just like the Stronger With You leather, Middle Eastern exclusive. This is going to be a Middle Eastern exclusive, or I don't know, it's written in Arabic, yeah, as usual, Arabic. So definitely it's going to be a little bit limited time release or limited in number production. So I'm trying to put all the information together possible, and I'm going to talk kind of like a not in a flow or something. As you can tell, I just woke up middle of the day. I had a very hectic day yesterday. Bangladesh, we're experiencing a power failure every day, 2-3 times, and it's for hours, just goes away. And I couldn't get enough sleep. Every time I try to sleep, boom, electricity gone. It's very hot and humid. So, okay. See, I'm a little bit disoriented, but I'll try my best to describe this scent for you. This fragrance, basically, I saw a review of Max 40, and I think, what's his name? The other guy, his very popular channel, couple of channels review, and this one has notes like lavender, vanilla, and oud. I think just the three notes, but I was not quite sure if they meant this is the best release because they were kind of like split. Some of the comments were like from Max 40, it's very nice release, it's like a Middle Eastern sort of oud, but it's not Barnier sort of oud, it's very wearable, it's more spicy than oudi or woody. And the other's channel, what's his name, man? The young guy, he's like Jeremy. Like, man, hold on, I have to tell his name. Hold on. Yeah, I was talking about this channel, Cascade, not Cascade. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Chaos Fragrance. I always mistake that with. I think Cascade Fragrance is he's from Canada, right? So this guy, he actually reviews a lot of fragrances, and he's very popular. His channel is quite big. So I really wanted it because I'll tell you a few facts. Okay. First of all, Armani fragrances, before I go to review, please bear with me. I want to talk, just do one video, so I'll talk a little bit more. Armani fragrances in general, when I bought Stronger With You, none of these fragrances I bought cheap, like $50, $60. Didn't happen. Even if you buy a tester on some of them, they are pretty expensive. Especially the leather one and the oud one, they are actually niche pricing. Okay, so they are in that niche territory of pricing. And I'm wearing sort of a gold watch because it's oud, oud and, gold, bling, bling. But I could actually buy, in realistic terms, like Acqua di Gio, Armani Code, this one. If I don't buy these for this same price, I can buy 2 to 3 designer, very decent fragrances that can be, had for $30, $40, $50. This one things can go up to $150, right? So these are not cheap. And I always bought them. And I noticed one thing. I have a page. I always tell you this. in Bangladesh, I have a page where I have a Decant page since 2016 to support my channel, and that page actually tells me a lot about the feedback that people give me. Like some things get sold out in say few days, some things don't even sell for like 10 ml for 1 year. But it doesn't mean that the fragrance is good or not, but it shows the popularity or people's interest. Every time I'll show you two things. I don't have the original Stronger With You anymore, and then I don't have the freeze. I sold them off, but look at my intensely. I stopped decanting. This kept a little bit juice for me. This is one of my most favorites. And then the bottle is sort of like 10 ml left on this. Same thing happened with Absolutely. It's almost sold out, but I got like a little bit more, maybe 15 mil or 12 mil on this. This is one of my favorite. And then I have the leather. I cannot see how much juice level in there because it's golden painted, but I think it's around 60 ml left. But the leather was a bit more expensive, so people do not, right, they fear before buying this, right? But what I'm trying to say, this line is pretty popular, and just like Armani Bangladesh, Armani's Aqua di Gio Perfume is the most popular fragrance, okay? Like people buy that like crazy, like Dior Sauvage, that one is top sold, Bleu de Chanel. Stronger With You got that kind of love because very sweet, and people know it's got this chestnut sort of like by the fireplace minus the smoky vibe. It's a lot more vanilla, caramel, and this kind of like a sweet, very sweet fragrance. So at first people did not really feel the sweet fragrances like that much, like Salvatore Ferragamo, Vomo, Valentino Uomo Intense, Dior Homme Intense. There was a trend started from 2015-16 and started going high. Nowadays you see Paco Rabanne releasing a lot like Phantom. There's a Scandal like Jean Paul Gaultier. These are like sweet trend. Versace Eros 1 million. So the sweet fragrances trend is going high. So in the same sort of like trend, these things are coming out one by one, and I don't really like their names. Giorgio or Emporio Armani, Stronger With You, Absolutely, Intensely, or like look at the name, it's like this big, right? But the whatever they're producing, if you actually are following the Armani code line, I did not buy the new ones, but if you follow the code line, they have these golden bottles, Absolutely, or some of the other ones, they are really doing great because excellent performance. All this Stronger With You, apart from the freeze, the rest of them really are beast mode, okay? So one thing good, performance is great, okay? So this one I can tell you, first of all, bottle is really gorgeous. Same shape bottle. It's 100 ml, I think only comes in standard 100. If there are smaller bottles, I haven't seen them. So Emporio Armani, not Giorgio. I don't know the difference still. Here's the side because it's tested. They mentioned the notes. And the black bottle, it comes with golden cap. And I really like this cap. It kind of actually, you cannot put it like any way. So there's a particular spot where this falls, like, and you can click it and it closes. Really like this. I got used to the bottle. It's kind of fat. It's like a Paco Rabanne Pure Access kind of bottles, but it's manageable. Sprayer is very good. Let me show you the sprayer. Shoots a lot of juice, like really far away. So the sprayer has no problem, and the bottle, even though it's like dark, you can see the juice moving in there. That means it's not totally opaque. You can definitely see how much in there. So first of all, I was wearing this shirt when I met my other admin of our group, Fragcomm Bangladesh, and we were having coffee, chit-chat, and some cookies in a coffee place, very quiet and nice. And him and me were discussing this fragrance. He really liked the fragrance in the opening blast. He said it's very sweet. It's not too barnyardy. It's not too Middle Eastern. It's not too daring. It definitely has the sweetness of original Stronger With You, but it's a little bit more spicy. And he said one thing very precious. I will add this to his credit and to this review. He said he gets a vibe of Spice Bomb Extreme, which is also spicy, vanilla and tobacco. I'm not quite sure if Armani has the tobacco, okay, but definitely has the smoky vibe. So all credit to Aditya Bhai. I was trying to think like, what does it remind me of? A little bit of Leighton, a little bit like, it goes closer to, I'll just try to hold here. This one, it tried to go a little bit close to By the Fireplace, a little bit, but not as smoky. But then that oud, if you ask me, do I detect oud in this? This is not total like Arabian oud or Rasasi or some of these big houses of Middle East. It's not totally in that zone. This is more in the zone with fragrances like, if you like, I'll just show you also. If you like fragrances like Estee Dupont, their style, they go almost Middle Eastern, but they remain westernized, okay? And my favorite being the sweetness, it reminds me of, let me show you, of this, oh man, I'm picking up the wrong ones one by one. The last one is the right one, yes. If you like Perfect Tobacco, this is also pretty similar ballpark to this one. So if you like the sweetness, smokiness, a little bit of Man, this is actually much stronger, but this one also got vanilla, I think. So if you like the Oriental style fragrance with spice, and I don't know what spice they used, but there is like a peppery, like a kick in the opening, and then it's a little bit of the lavender. I can smell it, but they actually will last about 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Then it goes more to the territory of original, stronger with you. This DNA, okay. So definitely, if it's a flanker will definitely have to follow the original, which is fine. So at first on skin, it may seem weak to you, okay. I'll tell you, fair warning, do not judge this fragrance by one spray like from your friend or something. You have to test it thoroughly. Since I have the bottle, I will do that. But on my shirt, if fragrance is lasting like 10 hours, that's considered beast mode, and this is supposed to be a winter baby, okay. I do not see this in the high heat. This one is something that you want to wear, okay, because vanilla base, a little bit sweet, spicy, this kind of fragrances do really well in colder months. So if let's say it's raining right now, it rained yesterday whole day, but if it's humid, no. But it's a proper fragrance for winter to develop naturally. It smells really good, and it's not screaming. Like, I'll tell you, my favorite still till date is this one now, okay. The leather one, at first I gave it like a, like a tie with the Absolutely, which I love. None of them are bad. If you have any of them from the line, you can avoid the original Stronger With You and the Freeze, but you can get the rest four. Any of these four are really great. But if you have the original, perhaps, you will not be surprised by this smell, because the dry down smells pretty much, but it's less sweet, a little bit more spicy. So perhaps there's a tobacco, hookah tobacco, just like Spice Bomb Extreme, or the one I showed you, Perfect Tobacco, or perhaps something in the line of Layton, but not exactly a clone or anything like that. So they remained, they stick to their true nature. Like every company make their oud, they made their oud, okay. And then particular line of Stronger With You. So performance, it's great. Longevity is great. But if you ask me, the ultimate beast from this line is leather. If you can get this fragrance, this is the best, number one. If you ask me a close second, now I will call this the close second. Is this the best? Everybody will have their favorites, okay. It's never a fixed thing. Like I say this is the best, someone will say this is not even close, okay. Someone will say, I saw some of the brothers in the group said Stronger With You, Absolutely, or Intensely are better. I would say this one, the Absolutely, Intensely, and Oud is like a joint second spot. But I just prefer, for some reason, they got the tobacco, got this leather, got the sweetness, everything in this. This is just a little bit more amped up. So this actually is a lot more beast mode if you like that kind of thing. This is nuclear, projection, and longevity. But I think the second close competitor would be the Oud and the Absolutely and the Intensely. So that's my initial impression. And it was a total blind buy based on Max 40 and, man, Chaos Fragrance, their reviews. And I think a few other reviewers covered it. This fragrance will slowly start seeing more reviews, because many of the other reviewers will get it slowly. This one is not readily available. And I'm telling you, this one, if you can get it for a good deal, take it. The $100 I paid for this was a tester. It was very lucky. Just the one batch was available for good pricing, but definitely it's going to go over $100 for sure. Are you going to be able to invest? I would say if you're buying this as a oud fragrance, perhaps this is not the best oud fragrance out there. I reviewed many other oud based perfumes. You can get Kalemat Black over this any day. That's a lot more. Kalemat is a lot more. Swiss Arabian, they have a lot more oud focused fragrance. But this one, they actually still kept it within the safe zone. It's very sweet still. And it's very mass appealing. It's very mass appealing. It's something that is the familiar DNA. You do not go to a very unknown DNA like a Mars and then you be like, oh, this smells like H24 by Hermes, very futuristic, but I do not think, I don't know if I like it. You'll know pretty sure if you like it or not. There's not going to be like I don't know if I hate it or love it. It's going to be like, it's like a like or love, it's not going to be hate, So it's not a very, daring fragrance, in my humble opinion, but if you never experienced anything that is oud related ever, like designers or Jack Bogart one-man show oud edition, this fragrance can be a little bit much for you, just like Max 40 said. So definitely sample it. Do not blind buy this. But if you blind bought this and you already are familiar with one of this from this line, you'll be just very happy with it. I am very happy with this fragrance. Overall, this fragrance, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The Perfection 10, I reserve for Stronger With You leather. That's my initial impression. I'll review this. I'll give this baby a test run in the winter if I am still here. And thank you very much for watching. That's my initial impression. Do let me know what you experience and what you not experience, your anticipation or expectations towards this fragrance. Okay, do you like this house? Do you think they're overpriced? Price definitely on the higher side. Thank you very much for watching. So I'll go upload this and hopefully you'll enjoy the initial impression. Take care. Have a nice day. See ya.